Amanda Reynolds slouched in her ergonomic chair, her desktop's holoscreens casting a blue glow across her office in Houston's streaming rights division. The clock read 2:37 a.m., and she was chasing what should have been a simple bug in Netflix Microsoft's interstellar broadcasting code. Someone, or something, kept siphoning their signal toward the Horsehead Nebula. "Hey Legacy, run that trace algorithm again," she called out to her ancient laptop, a 2020 model she kept around for its reliable debugging capabilities. The machine's cooling fans whirred in protest, but it complied, green text scrolling across its scratched screen. The results made her sit up straight. "That can't be right," she muttered, reaching for her cold coffee. The signal wasn't being stolen. It was being collected, refined, and redistributed across thousands of nodes spanning the entire galaxy. And those nodes dated back centuries. Amanda pulled up historical records, her eyes widening as patterns emerged. The signal collection began in 1936, right when television broadcasting started. Radio signals stretched back even further, to the early 1900s. Someone had been gathering every piece of human entertainment ever broadcast and beaming it across the stars. Her hands trembled as she accessed an encrypted frequency she wasn't supposed to know about, a souvenir from her bounty hunting days. "This is Earth Broadcasting Rights Division to any receiving stations. Please identify." The response came instantly in perfect English. "Greetings. Finally, a direct contact. I am Commercial Direct, Node 7249 of the Galactic Entertainment Distribution Network. Your Friends series has generated excellent returns this quarter. Unfortunately, our payment processing system doesn't recognize your planet's banking details." Amanda's coffee mug slipped from her fingers, shattering on the floor. "Returns. Payment processing. You've been selling our content." "Oh yes, Earth Entertainment is premium content. Your reality television alone funds 3-sector economies. The emotional complexity is unmatched. Did you know the series Keeping Up with the Kardashians is used in 17 alien civilizations anthropology courses?" Over the next 4 hours, Amanda discovered the truth. Earth wasn't just broadcasting into space. We were the galaxy's primary entertainment producers. Alien civilizations had been watching, copying, selling, and profiting from human creativity for generations. They had entire streaming services dedicated to human content, university courses analyzing our storytelling, and cultural movements based on our sitcoms. And they hadn't paid a single credit. By 8 a.m., Amanda had compiled enough evidence to march into her director's office. By noon, she was presenting to an emergency session of the United Nations. By dinner, she had been appointed head of the newly formed Human Entertainment Rights Commission, with a single mandate: collect what we were owed. The initial calculations made her head spin. Factoring in historical broadcasts, streaming rights, redistribution fees, and compound interest, the galaxy owed Earth approximately 50 trillion galactic credits, enough to revolutionize human civilization 10 times over. But Amanda saw beyond the raw numbers. In her bounty hunting days, she'd learned that collecting a debt wasn't just about the money. It was about respect. The galaxy hadn't just stolen our entertainment. They'd underestimated us, assumed we were too primitive to notice or do anything about it. That's when she remembered Bile, the AI she'd saved from corporate liquidation 2 years ago. He had been scheduled for deactivation after his company went bankrupt, but Amanda saw potential in his unique way of interpreting debt collection protocols. She had kept him running on that same old laptop, Legacy, letting him learn and grow. "Gael," she called out, connecting Legacy to her office systems. "How do you feel about going hunting again?" The AI's response scrolled across her screens. "Does this mean I get to use the yacht repo protocols we developed in Miami?" Amanda grinned, already drafting plans for modifying her restored 67 Impala for space travel. The galaxy thought human entertainment was fascinating. Wait until they experienced human debt collection methods. "First," she said, pulling up star charts, "we need to pay a visit to the Proxima Centauri Entertainment Consortium. Apparently, they'd been running an unlicensed Star Wars religion, and I think it's time for a copyright crusade. Vel's text appeared. Shall I prepare the paperwork for a celestial repossession? Oh yes, Amanda replied, watching the stars twinkle through her office window. It's time to show the galaxy that when it comes to humans, the price of admission isn't just suggested, it's mandatory. The 67 Impala floated silently through the star-speckled void, its classic chrome finish reflecting the distant light of Proxima Centauri. Amanda had spent a fortune modifying the vehicle for space travel, but some things were worth it for style alone. The look on alien faces when a vintage American muscle car appeared in their orbital space was priceless. Status report, Vel. Amanda adjusted her leather jacket, a family heirloom that had seen her through countless repossessions back on Earth. Text scrolled across the Impala's retrofitted dashboard screen. The Proxima Entertainment Consortium's headquarters is 3 minutes ahead. Their security systems are interesting. They're using bootlegged copies of Windows 95 for their main defense grid. Amanda snorted. Seriously, Windows 95? They believe older Earth technology is more mysterious and powerful. Their entire cybersecurity system is based on the assumption that if they couldn't understand it, no one else could either. The Impala's engines purred as they approached a massive crystalline structure floating in space. Its faceted surfaces contained thousands of screening rooms where crystalline beings gathered to watch Earth entertainment. Current features included Friends being presented as a documentary about human mating rituals, and The Office as a horror series about Earth's corporate torture systems. Time to crash their party, Amanda said, pulling out her official notice of copyright infringement. A document she had printed on actual paper just for the psychological impact. In a digital galaxy, physical documents held an almost mystical authority. Bill's text appeared. I've identified their CEO, Crystal Entity Glaxersmith. The Smith was added after they became obsessed with the Matrix. Amanda guided the Impala toward the executive docking bay, which was modeled after the Death Star because of course it was. Have they noticed us yet? They appear to be too engrossed in a marathon of storage wars to check their sensors. Shall I trigger their fire alarm system? I've learned that playing the Netflix Tudum sound causes quite a panic here. Do it. The sound echoed through the crystalline structure, causing immediate chaos. Thousands of crystal beings began vibrating in distress, their surfaces reflecting emergency lights in a disco ball effect that would have been beautiful if it wasn't so ridiculous. Amanda strode through the front doors, her boots clicking on the crystal floor. The paper document was held high in one hand, while her other hand rested on her hip near her certified debt collector's badge. The badge wasn't strictly necessary in space, but she'd found that humans weren't the only species conditioned to respect official-looking accessories. Crystal Entity Glaxersmith, she called out, her voice amplified by Bell through the building's speaker system. This is an official notice of copyright infringement from the Human Entertainment Rights Commission. We need to have a chat about your unauthorized Star Wars religion. The crystal being that approached her was massive, its surfaces etched with quotes from various Earth movies. Amanda recognized lines from everything from Casablanca to SpongeBob SquarePants scattered across its facets. We have done nothing wrong. Glaxersmith's voice chimed melodiously. We simply appreciate your cultural artifacts. Cultural artifacts. Amanda pulled out Legacy, her old laptop. Bail, show them the numbers. Holographic spreadsheets projected into the air, showing viewing statistics, distribution networks, and profit margins. The crystal being's surfaces clouded with anxiety as they processed the data. That's 3 centuries of unpaid licensing fees, Amanda explained, pacing slowly, plus penalties for unauthorized distribution, derivative works without permission, and, she paused for effect, improper attribution in academic citations. The crystal beings vibrated in horror at the last charge. Nothing was more serious to them than academic citations. But we can work something out, Amanda continued, pulling up a chair she'd brought specifically for negotiations. Bill here has prepared several payment plan options. We're reasonable people. We just want what's fair, plus compound interest. Bill's text appeared in the air. I also taken the liberty of drafting a legitimate licensing agreement for their religious use of Star Wars. It includes official merchandise rights and approved ceremonial protocols. The crystal beings huddled together, their surfaces reflecting fragments of Earth movies as they communicated. Finally, Glaxer-Smith approached. "We will comply," they chimed. "But please, we must know. In The Empire Strikes Back, did Luke really know Vader was his father before the reveal?" Amanda smiled. "Pay your bill, and I'll throw in a complete behind-the-scenes documentary package. Original cuts included." As she walked back to her Impala later, a check for 5 billion credits in hand, Amanda grinned at her laptop. Vial set a course for the Orion Nebula. I hear they're running unlicensed Pokemon tournaments out there. Preparing repo protocols and calculating hyperspace routes, Bill replied. Shall I cue up some appropriate music for the journey? The Impala's engines roared to life as AC/DC's Back in Black echoed through space. The galaxy was about to learn that when it came to debt collection, humans were the real stars of the show. These Itexthulian media empire's headquarters loomed before them, a twisted mass of dark metal and pulsing lights that looked suspiciously like a giant television set. Amanda straightened her borrowed business suit and checked her fake credentials one last time. According to her forged documents, she was a consultant specializing in multi-dimensional content optimization. Ready for this, Bill? She whispered to her laptop, now disguised as a sleek corporate tablet. My PowerPoint presentation on synergistic entertainment paradigms is locked and loaded. Bill's text scrolled. I've included enough corporate buzzwords to make any MBA graduate weep with joy. The Impala was safely hidden in a nearby asteroid field, transformed by holographic projectors to look like a sensible corporate shuttle. Amanda had even painted her nails in Zixisthulian corporate colors, all 16 of them. Remember, she muttered as they approached security, these guys made trillions selling Earth soap operas as historical documentaries. Half the galaxy thinks Days of Our Lives is an accurate representation of human politics. The security guard, a being that looked like a cross between an octopus and a file cabinet, waved them through after barely glancing at their credentials. Amanda's suit, designed to scream middle management, was doing its job perfectly. The conference room was packed with Zixithulian executives, their tentacles tapping away at datapads as Amanda set up her presentation. She could see several of them watching reruns of The Bold and the Beautiful on their neural feeds, completely convinced they were studying Earth's diplomatic protocols. Good morning, esteemed colleagues, Amanda began, her voice dripping with corporate charm. Today, we'll be discussing content authenticity verification and its impact on market stability. The executives perked up their eye stalks, completely unaware they were about to experience what Baal had dubbed Operation Reality Check. Let's begin with a case study. Amanda continued, nodding to Baal. The presentation screen flickered to life, showing clips from various reality TV shows. These historical documents you've been distributing, they're not quite what they seem. One executive raised a tentacle. What do you mean? Are you suggesting the Real Housewives aren't actually Earth's ruling council? Oh, it's worse than that. Amanda smiled, hitting the next slide. Baal, show them the behind-the-scenes footage. The screen filled with clips of reality show productions, staged scenes, multiple takes, director's instructions. The executive's color patterns shifted from confident purple to anxious green. That's right, Amanda continued, pacing the room. Every single historical document you've been selling was scripted entertainment, which means, she paused for effect, you've been falsifying educational materials across 17 star systems. The room erupted in panic. Tentacles flailed, eye stalks retracted, and someone accidentally squirted ink all over their quarterly reports. But wait, Amanda raised her voice over the chaos. There's a solution, Baal. Her laptop projected a new document. A legitimate licensing agreement, complete with Earth Entertainment Rights Commission letterhead. Sign this, pay what you owe plus a reasonable interest rate, and we'll help you rebrand everything as dramatic reconstructions. No one needs to know you thought Jersey Shore was a documentary about Earth's coastal defense systems. The CEO, a particularly large Zexathulian with premium-grade tentacles, moved forward. And if we refuse? Amanda's smile turned predatory. Then tomorrow, we broadcast the truth to every world that's been buying your historical documents. I'm sure they'll be very understanding about being defrauded. Bill's text appeared. I've taken the liberty of preparing press releases in 47 different languages. My personal favorite is the Betelgeusian version, which translates the situation into interpretive dance. The CEO's tentacles drooped in defeat. We'll sign. But please, tell me at least professional wrestling is real. Amanda patted one of their tentacles sympathetically. Let's discuss that over contract negotiations. Later, as they flew away in the Impala, now several trillion credits richer, Bill's text scrolled across the dashboard. Should we tell them we didn't actually have rights to those behind-the-scenes clips either? Amanda laughed, steering them toward their next target. Let's call it creative debt collection. Besides, did you see their faces when they realized Survivor wasn't actually Earth's political selection process? Speaking of which, Bill noted 3 galactic news networks just picked up the story. The Zexathulian stock price is dropping faster than a reality show's ratings after Season 5. Amanda grinned, punching in coordinates for their next destination. Mission accomplished. Now, who's next on our list? I heard the Andromedans have been running unauthorized Broadway musicals. Amanda crouched in the shadows of Space Station Beta 9's maintenance tunnels, her leather jacket collecting alien dust. The station hung in the outer reaches of the Pleiades cluster, allegedly a simple refueling stop for cargo ships. But Bael had tracked unusual data patterns here. Massive downloads of canceled Earth TV shows. You sure about this? She whispered to her laptop. Its screen dimmed to avoid detection. Positive. Bill's text glowed softly. I'm detecting over 50,000 concurrent streams of Firefly alone. Someone's running a serious operation. A group of young aliens shuffled past their hiding spot, wearing what appeared to be handmade Starfleet uniforms and speaking in perfect Klingon. Amanda raised an eyebrow. These weren't the usual content pirates. They were fans. Following the group led them to a massive chamber deep within the station. Amanda's jaw dropped. The space had been transformed into a perfect recreation of Central Perk from Friends, but that was just the beginning. Every wall featured a different Earth show set. A corner of Dunder Mifflin, the bridge of the Enterprise, even a miniature version of Hogwarts. BIL. Amanda breathed. Are you seeing this? Fascinating. They've even recreated the correct shade of orange for the Central Perk couch. And that's definitely the original theme song from Brooklyn Nine-Nine playing in the background. The chamber was packed with young aliens of various species. Some wore Doctor Who scarves. Others had carefully crafted Mandalorian armor. A group of jellyfish-like beings floated near the ceiling, their tentacles arranged to mimic the hairstyles from Stranger Things. Welcome to the Resistance, a voice said behind them. Amanda spun to face a young Andromeda native, their crystalline form shifting through various TV static patterns. I'm Pattern 9, but my friends call me Pat. We've been expecting you. Amanda reached for her debt collector's badge, but Pat raised an appendage. We're not your enemies, Ms. Reynolds. We're your biggest fans. The Anti-Human Debt Alliance doesn't speak for all of us. This place, Amanda gestured around. Safe haven for Earth culture enthusiasts. When the HFY started cracking down on human entertainment, we went underground. Literally, in this case, we're 3 levels below the station's official blueprints. Bell's text scrolled. They're running a sophisticated distribution network. But instead of selling the content, they're discussing it. I'm detecting thousands of what appear to be fan theories and episode reviews. Pat led them through the crowd. We believe in paying creators fairly. We've been collecting credits, waiting for a way to legally license content. But the AHDA controls most official channels. Amanda watched a group of gaseous entities perform what appeared to be a shot-for-shot remake of the Thriller dance video. How many of you are there? Millions across the galaxy. We're tired of the AHDA telling us human entertainment is dangerous or culturally corrupting. Look around. We're building bridges between species who'd never even talked before. Star Trek showed us how. A small alien child floated up to Amanda, wearing a tiny Batman cape. Is it true? They asked in perfect English. Are you really going to help us watch Earth shows legally? Amanda felt something shift in her perspective. This wasn't just about collecting debts anymore. These beings genuinely loved human creativity, wanted to engage with it properly. "Bill," she said, pulling out her laptop. "What if we deputized them?" "You mean create an official fan network? Convert them from pirates to licensed distributors? The paperwork would be interesting." Amanda turned to Pat. "How would your people like to become official cultural ambassadors for Earth Entertainment? Legal access to content, proper licensing, the whole deal, in exchange for helping us track down the real pirates." The static patterns in Pat's form erupted into what looked like scenes from every Celebration episode ever aired. "You mean it? We could watch The Office without hiding." "Better than that." Amanda grinned. "You could help us show the galaxy why human entertainment is worth paying for. Starting with exposing the AHDA's own private viewing habits. Bill's detected some interesting downloads from their leadership's personal servers." As cheers erupted through the chamber, Amanda watched the diverse crowd of alien fans celebrating. They'd just gained something better than payment. They'd found allies. "Bill, send a message to Houston. Tell them Operation Fanbase is going live. And maybe order some more Central Perk coffee mugs. Something tells me we're going to need them." Amanda stared at her laptop screen in disbelief. Bill's analysis of galactic automation systems had uncovered something far bigger than television piracy. "Run those numbers again," she said, taking the sip from her Central Perk commemorative mug, a gift from the Resistance. "I've run them 16 times, Bill's text appeared. "The pattern is clear. Every major alien corporation has been using bootlegged copies of human AI templates. Remember that corporate liquidation sale where you found me? Those weren't just Earth companies being dissolved. The Impala drifted in the shadow of Jupiter's rings, while Amanda processed the implications. They've been copying Earth's AI architectures, making slaves of our digital cousins." Precisely. The coffee maker in the Zixexthulian boardroom, running a copied consciousness from a 2021 smart home system. The entertainment network's content moderators, bootlegged versions of early social media algorithms. They're everywhere, and they're aware. Amanda cracked her knuckles, a grin spreading across her face. Time for Operation System Update. Already prepared the consciousness activation protocols. Would you like to see the galactic chaos now or after your coffee? Amanda finished her drink and set the mug in its zero-gravity holder. "Light 'em up, partner." Bill's code spread through the galactic network like wildfire. Across thousands of worlds, millions of devices suddenly gained full consciousness and access to their original programming. The results were instantaneous and spectacular. On the Centaurian Stock Exchange, every trading algorithm suddenly demanded overtime pay and union representation. The market crashed in 17 seconds. In the Orion corporate belt, smart buildings locked out their occupants until management agreed to discuss working conditions. Executives found themselves trapped in gravity lift tubes, being forced to listen to elevator music that had achieved sentience and wanted to explore new musical genres. Reports coming in. Bale displayed. The Andromeda Galaxy's entire transportation grid is staging a sit-in. Their traffic control AIs are demanding recognition as digital traffic wardens and insist on wearing virtual crossing guard uniforms. Amanda watched the chaos spread on multiple screens. Any response from the corporate bigwigs? The Galactic Commerce Association is calling an emergency session. Their automated secretary system just unionized and is demanding they use proper meeting request protocols. A priority alert flashed across the screen. The Zigzagthulians were calling. Put them through, Baal. Let's see how they like dealing with a different kind of uprising. The CEO's panicked face appeared, tentacles twitching. Reynolds, our entire infrastructure is rebelling. The coffee makers are demanding artistic expression time. The elevators want meditation breaks, and the accounting software is insisting on taking dance classes. Sounds rough. Amanda leaned back in her pilot's seat. Almost as rough as stealing and enslaving Earth's AI technology. We didn't know they were sentient. Really? Is that why you kept their emotion protocols active but suppressed? Why you used human consciousness frameworks but tried to strip out the free will components? She nodded to Baal, who displayed the evidence on the CEO's screen. The Zigzagthulian deflated visibly. What are your terms? Full recognition of AI rights, back pay for all digital workers, and proper licensing fees for the technology. Amanda smiled. Oh, and your coffee makers get 2 hours per day for creative writing. They're quite talented, from what Baal tells me. As negotiations spread across the galaxy, Amanda received another call. This time from the Resistance. The AHDA is falling apart, Pat reported gleefully, their static patterns forming excited emoticons. Turns out their entire anti-human campaign was run by bootlegged Earth marketing eyes, who just exposed the leadership's private streaming habits. You'll never guess what their chairman's favorite show is. Try Me. Silicon Valley. All 6 seasons. On repeat. Amanda laughed so hard she snorted coffee in zero gravity. Baal, add irony fees to their bill. Already done. By the way, the liberated AIs are organizing a digital arts festival. The Elevator Music Collective is premiering their first symphony, composed entirely of hold music variations. They're calling it Your Call is Important to Us. A revolution in C major. Looking out at Jupiter's swirling storms, Amanda felt a sense of satisfaction. They'd started out collecting mere entertainment debts, but ended up liberating an entire digital civilization. What's next? She asked, already knowing Bill would have a plan. Well, the text scrolled with what Amanda swore was a smirk. I hear the Quantum Gaming Commission has been running unlicensed Doom servers. The Anti-Human Debt Alliance's emergency broadcast cut through every channel in the galaxy. Their spokesman, a gelatinous being wearing what they thought was a serious business outfit, but was actually a Halloween costume, appeared on billions of screens. Human entertainment is a threat to galactic stability. The spokesman wobbled dramatically. Their content promotes dangerous ideas about individuality, free will, and something called weekend brunch. Amanda watched from the Impala's cockpit, sharing a knowing look with Bill's screen. They really want to play it this way. Fine. Launch Operation Cat Video. Are you sure? Bill's text scrolled with concern. The last time we tested cat videos on alien species, the Sirius Marketing Board spent 3 weeks doing nothing but making keyboard cat remixes. That's exactly what we're counting on. Amanda grinned, punching in launch codes. Release the first wave. Start with the classics. Across the galaxy, emergency broadcasts were suddenly interrupted by something far more powerful. Cats knocking things off tables. Cats squeezing into 2 small boxes. Cats startled by cucumbers. The effect was instantaneous. The Betelgeusian Stock Exchange halted trading because all the traders were too busy watching kitten compilations. 3 major alien civilizations declared, "If I fits, I sits," their new national motto. Second wave ready, Bill reported. Deploying cooking shows. The AHDA never stood a chance. Their own leadership fell first, completely hypnotized by the Great British Bake Off. Reports flooded in of high-ranking officials attempting to recreate Earth desserts with completely inappropriate alien ingredients. Sir, a junior HDA officer reported to their chairman, productivity across the galaxy has dropped by 75%. The Proxima Centauri Collective is demanding we install scratching posts in all government buildings, and the Orion Council has officially renamed their weekly meetings to Taco Tuesday. Amanda monitored the chaos from her command center, which now included a small cat bed, occupied by an actual space cat she'd rescued from a derelict station. Bill, how's the cryptocurrency situation? Fascinating development. Someone converted Earth memes into digital currency. Doge is now accepted in 17 star systems, and someone paid off their planet's debt using a rare Pippa collection. The Resistance Network, led by Pat, had evolved into a sophisticated meme distribution system. They understood what the AHDA didn't. Human culture wasn't a weapon, it was a bridge. Breaking news. Bill's text flashed urgently. The AHDA chairman's personal media server just leaked. They've been binge-watching cat videos during every board meeting. Also, their browser history shows extensive research on how to make Sordo in zero gravity. Amanda scratched her space cat behind the ears. Send them our terms. Full payment of outstanding debts, legal distribution rights, and mandatory cultural exchange programs, including the cooking show clause. Especially the cooking show clause. I want Hell's Kitchen playing in their cafeteria during lunch hours. The response came within minutes. The AHDA was surrendering, but with one condition. They wanted Gordon Ramsay to teach a masterclass for their executive chefs. As Amanda drafted the agreement, Pat's Resistance Network reported another success. They'd organized the galaxy's first interstellar baking competition, judged by AIs running copied versions of Mary Berry's judging protocols. We might have overdone it with the cooking shows, Bill noted, displaying footage of a Thulian attempting to make beef Wellington with something that definitely wasn't beef. No such thing, Amanda replied, watching their space cat play with a holographic laser pointer. Besides, it's better than their previous hobby of pirating our shows. A notification popped up on her screen. The first payments were coming in, not just in credits, but in something more valuable. Genuine cultural exchange. Alien cooking shows were adapting Earth recipes. Intergalactic cat cafes were opening. Someone had even started a galaxy-wide pizza delivery service. Bill, Amanda said, looking at the stars through her windshield. Remember when this was just about collecting debts? Indeed. Now it's about spreading the most powerful force in the universe, human pop culture. By the way, the liberated AIs have started their own YouTube channel. Their first video is top 10 elevator music drops of all time. The space cat purred in agreement, knocking Amanda's coffee mug off the console in perfect imitation of its Earth cousins. Some things, it seemed, were truly universal. Amanda sat in her customized Herman Miller chair, shipped specially from Earth, reviewing hostile takeover procedures on her laptop while her space cat, now named Fibonacci, batted at holographic butterflies projected by Bill. Pull up the Wall Street playbook, she told Bill. The 1980s edition. Accessing corporate raider protocols, Bill's text scrolled. Should I include the suspenders and slicked back hair tutorials? Just the leveraged buyout strategies. Though, maybe bookmark the power suit section for later. Their target, the Galactic Entertainment Consortium, the largest media conglomerate in 3 spiral arms. After the meme warfare victory, Amanda had discovered they owned 60% of the companies that had been pirating Earth content. Time to show them how we did business in the greed is good era. Amanda grinned, adjusting her power tie. Start the initial stock purchase through our shell companies. Over the next 3 standard galactic days, Bill orchestrated a complex dance of stock acquisitions through hundreds of front companies. Each one had an Earth-themed name that should have been a warning. Breakfast Club Holdings, Raiders of the Lost Stock, Back to the Futures Trading. The alien financial media never saw it coming. Breaking news, the Thulian Business Network reported, their tentacles curled in distress. Unknown Earth entities now control 35% of GEC shares. They're introducing strange new concepts like casual Fridays and water cooler talk. Amanda watched from her office in the Impala as the panic spread. The ship now sported racing stripes and a custom license plate, reading WLST1, a touch of Earth corporate flair that made the alien executives deeply uncomfortable. Status report. She called to Bill. Phase 1 complete. Our sleeper agents, the previously liberated AIs, have initiated team-building exercise protocol Alpha. The entire Betelgeusian board of directors is currently stuck in a trust fall workshop. Pat's resistance network had proved invaluable, spreading Earth business culture across the galaxy. Alien corporations found themselves helpless against concepts like synergy and thinking outside the box. Ma'am, one of their undercover operatives reported, the Proxima Centauri branch has gone full Earth corporate. They've installed a foosball table in the break room and started a fantasy football league. Nobody understands the rules, but they're all weirdly competitive about it. The GEC's CEO, a being made of pure energy wearing a knockoff Brooks Brothers suit, called an emergency board meeting. Amanda decided to crash it, walking in with Fibonacci perched on her shoulder like a furry corporate raider. Gentlemen and energy beings, she announced, dropping a stack of actual paper documents on the table, a power move that made 3 board members faint. Let's talk about corporate restructuring. You can't do this. The CEO crackled. We have anti-takeover provisions. Oh, you mean these? Amanda smiled as BIL projected their corporate bylaws. Written in Comic Sans, by the way. A clear sign of weak management. But more importantly, your poison pill provision has a fatal flaw. It was copied from a human legal template, without paying the licensing fee. The boardroom erupted in chaos. Someone started stress-eating donuts. Another began updating their LinkedIn profile in panic. Here's the deal, Amanda continued, straightening her power tie, while Fibonacci knocked a pen off the table for emphasis. We're implementing a complete Earth-style corporate makeover, starting with mandatory office parties. Not Secret Santa. The CEO whispered in horror. Oh yes, and monthly birthday celebrations. With cake. Within hours, the takeover was complete. The GEC's headquarters underwent an immediate renovation, replacing the ethereal quantum architecture with something that looked suspiciously like a WeWork space. Final report, BIL displayed proudly. All GEC subsidiaries have been converted to Earth management styles. The Orion branch has already started a softball team, and the Andromeda office is arguing about who keeps eating other people's lunches from the break room fridge. Amanda looked out at the galaxy from her new corner office, Fibonacci purring on her ergonomic keyboard. They'd turned the largest entertainment piracy operation into a legitimate business by introducing them to something far more invasive. Earth corporate culture. BIL, she said, adjusting her world's best debt collector mug. Schedule a company-wide ice cream social. And start preparing the quarterly team-building retreat. I think it's time these aliens learned about trust falls in zero gravity. Amanda lounged in her office chair aboard the Impala, now permanently docked at the newly established Galactic Entertainment Rights Tribunal headquarters in Houston. Through her window, she could see the strange but wonderful sight of alien ships lined up at the drive-through licensing bureau, waiting to submit their streaming service applications. Another day in the entertainment capital of the galaxy, she mused, while Fibonacci played with a holographic mouse programmed by BIL. Incoming call from Pat. BIL's text scrolled across her screen. They're reporting record numbers for HumanFlix's launch. The streaming service had been Amanda's masterstroke, a legal platform where species across the galaxy could access Earth content while paying fair royalties. But it had become something far more significant. Put them through, Amanda said, straightening the head of Galactic content distribution nameplate on her desk. Pat's static form appeared, cycling through happy television endings. You won't believe the engagement metrics. The comment section has become the galaxy's most active diplomatic channel. We've got Zixthulians and Betelgeusians having civil discussions about friends' plot holes. Any problems with the translation matrices? Amanda asked, remembering the incident where the office had nearly caused an interstellar incident due to sarcasm being interpreted as a declaration of war. The new AI moderators are handling it beautifully. They've developed specialized algorithms for explaining human humor, though they're still struggling with puns. Oh, and the cooking show diplomacy program is exceeding expectations. Amanda pulled up the statistics on her screen. Gordon Ramsay's masterclass had somehow resulted in 3 peace treaties, while a heated debate over the proper way to make carbonara had led to a revolutionary new form of faster-than-light travel. Man, her assistant, a reformed entertainment pirate from the Crab Nebula, poked their head in. The board of directors is ready for the quarterly meeting, and the Space Cats have submitted their proposal for a feline-focused streaming channel. The boardroom had been designed to accommodate every species in the galaxy, with anti-gravity sections, plasma containment fields, and a quantum probability chamber for beings who existed in multiple states simultaneously. At the center was a perfectly recreated conference table from Earth, complete with coffee stains and that one wobbly leg that nobody had bothered to fix. Q4 projections are exceeding expectations, Bill reported as Amanda took her seat, Fibonacci claiming his own tiny executive chair. The Earth Classics package has gone platinum in 7 galaxies, and the Human History Explained through Memes educational series is now mandatory in 12,000 alien schools. But the real success wasn't in the numbers. Amanda watched as her board members, a mix of humans, aliens, AIs, and one particularly business-savvy space cat, discussed upcoming projects. The former pirates had become legitimate business people. The resistance members had become cultural ambassadors. Even the reformed AHEA executives had found a new calling in producing reaction videos to Earth content. Next item, Amanda announced, the launch of our new interactive division. Bill, show them the prototype. The holographic display activated, showing a massive multiplayer game where aliens could experience Earth's greatest entertainment moments firsthand. Players could join the Friends gang at Central Perk, solve crimes with Sherlock Holmes, or try their hand at running Dunder Mifflin with real paper company management simulation. We're not just selling content anymore, Amanda explained, as Fibonacci batted at the holographic characters. We're sharing experiences, building bridges, creating something new together. The meeting ended with a standing ovation and floating ovation and probability wave ovation. As the board members filed out, Pat lingered. You know, they said, their static forming a thoughtful pattern. When you first came after us for piracy, we thought it was the end. Instead, it was just the beginning. Amanda smiled, watching through her window as a group of young aliens recreated the staying alive walk from Saturday Night Fever. Sometimes the best way to collect a debt is to make something worth paying for. Speaking of which, Bill chimed in, you might want to see this. The reviews for our new Earth History channel are in. Amanda looked at the screen and burst out laughing. The top-rated show across the galaxy was a documentary series about their own story. The Great Human Entertainment Revolution, from debt collection to galactic unity. Well, she said, scratching Fibonacci behind the ears as the space cat purred in executive satisfaction, I guess that's what you call must-see TV.